Hey guys, Tony here, and back to do another recent Vinyl Editions video. I should say straight off that it's really late, and excuse me if I come off a little bit loopy. Yeah, probably getting back to the more normal size update videos. I have about 12 LPs here, which is I think is a healthy number for an update video. Trying to squeeze close to 40 LPs in a videos kind of nuts, but anyway, some really cool things here. Really excited about showing. I do have a couple really cool things coming, and I thought about waiting, but there's some really cool things here, and I just wanted to show them. Two of these I've shown before, so I'll start with those. I'll show them really quick. Um, of course, to the Church of Misery, the two reissued albums on Rise Above. Um, well, actually, yeah, it says right here. There's also Houses of the Unholy. So I should see if that's still in print. Probably not, but really cool. I got a chance to listen to this all the way through, and I believe it was Derek who said in a recent video of his that when the Japanese, when they do something, they definitely don't half-ass it. They take it all the way, and um, this is some really cool doom stoner metals. And I've definitely been kind of opening up to that a bit more recently. Um, Kind of thanks to that Pentagram album, which I'm infatuated with that record. It's so good. Um, but also, I said this before, but uh, the Infinite Groove, Anthony, he sent me a link to a documentary about stoner doom metal, and I believe it was called. I always forget the name. I think it's like Some Hawks, Some Hounds. It is an excellent documentary, and it really made me want to check out more. But yeah, really cool record. Excellent riffs on here. Just cool guitar playing all around. Definitely got to listen to them more just to get more acquainted. It does come with these Obi strips, which I'm not crazy about. I just kind of stuck it on the back. But yeah, very cool record. It's on I think I'll show it real quick. Just gray vinyl. So very cool stuff. And I'll show this next one too. One thing I'm confused about, I didn't look it up, but I saw that other Church of Misery that was released fairly recently with the kind of like the Volume 4 cover. I thought that was their debut, but then I read that this is their debut. Um, so I'm just confused about that. Maybe that other one is maybe it's an EP. I'm not sure. I know it has a different singer, but yeah, this has John Wayne Gacy on the back. Each song, if you don't know, is kind of about a serial killer. So very cool concept. Um, Makes me think of like when I was a kid. I was really into horror movies and things like that. It's a wonder I'm not a bigger fan of like all kinds of metal and stuff like that. But yeah, really into horror movies when I was a kid. And I remember I had an aunt come up. She lived down south, and she came up, and I was probably about 12 or 13, maybe even like 11. And she took me to the mall with her, and she let me buy something. And the thing I picked out were these serial killer trading cards. So each and gangsters, like mafia guys, and just classic Bonnie and Clyde type gangsters. So it was a series of serial killers and gangsters, and I remember her being kind of freaked out that that's what I wanted. Just made me think of that. I don't have those anymore. A couple random ones were floating around for a little while, and they're probably gone. But anyway, getting back to the vinyl, Church of Misery, and this is the Second Coming, and Ted Bundy on the cover. And again, very cool stuff. This one I didn't get through all the way, but I'll get to it definitely. I'll probably try and download them so I could listen to them on my iPod too. Um, this is on a very cool blue, translucent blue, and really nice. So happy to get these. Love that label too. It goes so well with the blue. But anyway, And like I said too, I know Dan in Canada is a big fan of this band, so I'm sure he'll be happy to see that I picked these up. All right, moving on. Um, an album here that I have not listened to yet. I've been picking up a few albums by this artist. They've, excuse me. They've all come from the same collection because I'm buying them from the same store. They came in at the same time, and they're all in just absolute like near mint condition. This has a clipped corner, but on Polydor. Excuse me. Yeah, just beautiful condition. Whoever had them really took care of them. John Mayall. Sorry, I failed to mention. Um, this is Memories. I'm not sure the year. I want to say early 70s, maybe 71, 72. It also features Jerry McGee and Larry Taylor. So yeah, looking forward to checking this out. I've been getting into John Mayall quite a bit, so very happy to get this. All right, here's an album. A number of these I just never thought I would own, and as much as I love originals, like I would, there's certain albums I just have to have originals of. Um, I definitely dig reissues for a number of reasons. It allows me to get albums that I just never thought I would own, and for a reasonable cost. And so yeah, plus like there's something about buying new vinyl as well that I really like. Like it's cool getting an original for for all obvious reasons, but like when you buy a brand new record, it's like that's your record. You bought it brand new, yours completely. Just like this John Mayall's was somebody else's at some time. And this is mine, new record. I just like that. Anyway, uh, Saints, very very influential punk rock, Australian punk rock. Released I believe in 1977. So probably one of the earliest like officially punk records. Stranded, I'm Stranded, and I've known that tune for a while. Excellent song, but didn't know this whole album. I've wanted to get it for a while. I think Big Star 1000 has this and has showed it. This is the Four Men with Beards reissue, and yeah, 1977, and just very cool. I mean, they came out right around the same time as the Ramones, so and the Sex Pistols, so early. Very cool stuff. The production is definitely kind of cheaply done, but it's definitely very awesome, and glad to get it. All right, this next one is exciting. It's just a really really cool thing. Another album I thought I'd never own. I've tried looking it up. It was recommended to me a number of times. Specifically, I think by Cool Ranch Dressing, they recommended it because I had shown the Flaming Lips, and I talked about how much I loved the Soft Bulletin, and they said, well, if you like that, you'll really like this band. So I tried looking up this album specifically because I hear it's like their best. It's probably their most popular record. Just couldn't find it, or it was ridiculously expensive. But I went to the store the other day and it had been reissued. I had no idea. And really, really nice reissue. So this is Mercury Rev, and this is their Deserter song. What's interesting is, well, first, there's a number of interesting things about this. First of all, it's just a really lush, kind of multi-layered, psychedelic. It's definitely in the same vein as the Soft Bulletin. And it just keeps getting better as you go along listening to this. This is reissued basically on Light in the Attic Records, but it's another kind of leg of that label called Modern Classics Recordings, if you could see that. I think so far they've only released this in an album by Morphine. Really, really nice, kind of glossy cover. Alright, and yeah, just an awesome record. Really, they're a band I believe based out of New York State, and yeah, very much in the same vein as the Flaming Lips. And what was cool when I was reading about this is that the album that came before this, which the name escapes me, was just a total flop. So they kind of figured, this is gonna be like our swan song. We're probably gonna break up after this, so let's make an album that's for us. Let's just throw everything in the kitchen sink into it. And that's exactly what they did, and it surprised them that it was actually a pretty minor hit, but a hit relatively. And so the really cool thing too about this is that on the label, on the promo sticker, it says limited 100. I'm sorry, this isn't a limited pressing, but it says on the promo label that 100 random copies have an autographed picture by the band. And I saw that this is the only copy that the store got in, or at least that I saw. And you know, you ever get that kind of just a feeling? I saw that before I bought it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That'd be neat if I got that. It made me think of the Black Angels, their record store day release. Another nice pair where there was, you know, that little poster. Some of them were autographed. So I took it home, and I opened it up. And, you know, I found a little picture in there. And something I just knew it. Before I even pulled it out, I just knew it. I knew it was going to be autographed, and it is. So this is autographed by, their names now are going to kill me. One guy's autographed by Grasshopper and Jonathan. So there's the picture, and there's their autograph. So I just thought that was really cool. I mean, that I actually got one that was autographed. You never really see it. I never see, you know, nobody's posted. I know a lot of people bought that Black Angels thing, and nobody's shown an autographed picture. But yeah, very, very cool. So, happy to get that. And again, this is an awesome album. Check it out. Again, it's on Light in the Attic Records, Modern Classics Recordings. And it's a beautiful reissue. They did a fantastic job. Alright, I just spent a lot of time on that, so I'm going to move on. Another album here I have not listened to, recommended a number of times, is the Jazz album. A number of people have shown it. And it was most recently, I think, in Teddy Vinyliciousness, his jazz starter kit once again. So yeah, I'm definitely kind of a low-level jazz fan. I've been listening to jazz for a long time, but never really bought a lot of it. I always enjoy listening to it though. So yeah, this is one he showed, and I've been seeing this cover a lot, and finally bought a reissue of it. So this is the Horace Silver Quartet, Song for My Father. And yeah, just a Blue Note reissue, no frills kind of thing. And looking forward to it again. I have not listened to it, but from what I hear, this is fantastic. So, really happy to get it. Yeah, basically for Horace Silver's father, who's pictured on the cover there. So, yeah, happy to get that. Alright, here's a kind of a, sort of a krautrock. More like progressive kraut, folk, acid folk. Interesting stuff. And I know Mike Bostoni and Reggie showed an album by this band. Again, like him, I'm probably not going to say this right or really even know how to pronounce it. If it's Emditi, or if it's just spelled Emditi, I'm not sure. But this is Sat, and I believe it is their second LP. And this is a very, very cool, again, like progressive acid folk. A lot of, you know, lush guitars going on here. Very, very cool stuff. It is a reissue on the, I'm pretty sure it's a reissue. It's on this green. It says Pills in the corner, but I think that's just a cover. It's called the Think Progressive label. Sorry. If you can see that. Very cool label. Yeah, really beautiful, beautiful record. I know Big Star 1000, I'm pretty sure, has this. And I remember him showing it way back. But very, very cool stuff. And happy to finally get it. I've bid on this a number of times. It just kept getting outbid. Cool gatefold. So yeah, beautiful stuff. Especially like the second side is just mind-blowingly good. The title track Sat, and that last track, it's a long one, just awesome. So happy to get that. Now here's an album by the Far East Family Band, and it's called again Tenkujin. I'm gonna say that wrong. Very, very cool stuff. Again, a reissue, of course, on Phoenix Records there. Japanese band, and kind of progressive, psychedelic, kind of new age, um, but excellent stuff. There's one tune on here that sounds exactly like something off of Dark Side of the Moon. Um, and I know they have better albums than this, and I'm definitely going to check out more. But I really enjoyed this, and happy I got it. Very, very cool stuff from 1977. So, very cool. This album, too, is fantastic. Elliott Smith, his debut, Roman Candle. I'm pretty sure it's his debut. Yeah, the debut album on 180 gram reissue. Awesome, awesome album, of course. Beautiful folk, just awesome stuff. Happy to get it. I listened to it this morning and just blown away by it. I gotta listen to it more, but really cool stuff. An album that kind of is really another 90s album that's really important to me growing up. I listened to this last night, and I know this album like the back of my hand. I still listen to it occasionally, like digitally. But for some reason, I listened to the vinyl for the first time, and it just really took me back last night. And I love this. Alice in Chains. So this is the double LP compilation of Jar Flies and Sap. And it's done music on vinyl. And they always do a really nice job. These are my two, I think, favorite Alice in Chains releases. I just love what they do on this. I mean, I love Dirt, and I love their self-titled Alice in Chains, but these two just really hold a special place for me, and just remind me of being a teenager, partying, and just awesome, awesome stuff. If you're not familiar with these, really, check them out. Sap and Jar of Flies. This is a gatefold. I don't want to pull it all apart right now. Alright, new album. Really. Never thought I'd see it. I don't think anybody thought they'd see it, to be honest. Smile. The Beach Boys. And I just listened to this, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful cacophony of... it's the Beach Boys. The melodies, the vocals, I mean, just crazy. And it flows seamlessly, the whole album, just really, really well done. And, this, of course, everybody knows the story of this album. Basically calls Brian Wilson to have a breakdown, and never came out, and it's just excellent album. This was kind of, gonna be their Sgt. Pepper, and it's amazing. It really is. Smiley Smile just doesn't hold the candle to this. It really doesn't. So happy to get it. It's a beautiful release. And it has this book of photographs. Check it out. It's really awesome stuff. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with all the bootlegs and stuff that have been floating around for years. But, alright. Finally. An album I never ever thought I'd own. Even on reissue, which this is. Even the reissues I just could not find. A while ago, Andy, 24DB, probably around the time he first started with the community, he sent me a package of CDs, just of some really great krautrock stuff, and this was among them. And I tried searching for it almost right away on vinyl, and I just could not find it. I figured this had to have been reissued. And even reissues I could not find, but just recently I won an auction for this, a reissue, but originals of this sell upward of like $300 to $400. There was an original posted around the time that I got this, and it sold for like $358. So this is Asherah Temple, and this is their debut, and this is fucking awesome. Oh God, it is so good. It's basically two songs again, and one side is kind of more ambient, slightly more electronic, just really cool, krautrock, psychedelic. This second side, I believe, is just a guitar freak out. I just kept thinking of Jimmy Page and Jimi Hendrix. Like if you just mutated those two, That's the guitar playing, and it's just amazing. Um, amazing stuff. It really, really is. This is in beautiful shape. There's a little bit of surface noise, but nothing to complain about. Klaus Schultz was in the band at this time. He plays drums and all the electronics on this, but he departed, I think, right after this. So happy to get this. This is amazing. If you're not familiar with this, try and find it, even just CD, digitally. It's an amazing album, and I'm so happy to get it. So, this video is probably longer than it needed to be. I'm sorry I'm rambling. Um, Guys, thanks for watching, of course, and leave me some comments. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. Take care.